Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Elizabeth Doroba. A man charged with the murder of a Hazleton man will be heading to Lackawanna County Court following a preliminary hearing on Tuesday. According to officials, Shelton Miles has been charged with shooting Jose Miguel Tatis Camillo of Hazleton and store employee Gopi Soni during an attempted armed robbery at a Sunoco gas station in Scranton. Officials say that Soni had a full recovery following the incident, but that Tatis Camillo died from his injuries 2 days later. Miles has been charged with criminal homicide, aggravated assault, and illegal possession of a firearm in connection with the incident. Officials say Miles declined to attend Tuesday's hearing. He remains behind bars at the Lackawanna County Prison without bail. The Hazleton City Police Department is asking the public for help in identifying the man shown on screen. Police say the suspect is wanted in connection with a theft that occurred at 30 South Church Street in Hazleton. Anyone with information regarding the man's identity or his whereabouts is asked to contact the Hazleton City Police Department at 570-459-4940, extension 220. A woman is wanted by the Carbon County Sheriff's Office. Jenny Haight is wanted for failing to appear on simple possession charges. She is known to have ties to the Lehighton area. Anyone with information regarding her whereabouts is asked to contact the Carbon County Sheriff's Office at 570-325-2821. Coming up on WYLN News, PPL prepares for the upcoming storm season. Plus, PennDOT unveils a new license plate design coming in 2025. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Cher's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 570-454-7229. Cher's is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
Welcome back to WYLN News. PPL Electric Utilities has announced plans to prepare for an above-average hurricane and storm season in Pennsylvania this summer. Experts at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration are forecasting that a total of 17 to 25 named storms will form over the Atlantic this summer and into the fall. Although hurricanes typically do not affect Pennsylvanians directly, the remnants of the storms often bring severe winds and heavy rains to the state. As a result, PPL officials say the company has been working to upgrade power lines, add additional automated sensors, and install lightning protection along transmission lines. According to officials, PPL will also be monitoring weather forecasts daily and working to prepare and mobilize resources as severe weather materializes. When faced with severe weather, PPL reminds residents to stay away from utility poles, down wires, electric equipment, and plumbing. If you experience an outage, you can report it online at pplelectric.com. PennDOT has unveiled a new license plate design for Pennsylvania drivers. The new design features the Liberty Bell and the text, "Let Freedom Ring." Officials say the new license plates will be available in 2025 in preparation for America's 250th anniversary in 2026. In a Facebook post, Governor Josh Shapiro said the new license plates will help Pennsylvanians celebrate the state's heritage as the birthplace of American democracy and freedom. Heritage Hill Senior Community will be hosting a free summer concert on Wednesday, July 24th. The concert will feature the band The Bee's Knees, who will be performing a variety of music from the 1950s through the early 1980s. The public is invited to attend, and complimentary refreshments will also be available. Participants are asked to bring a lawn chair with them to sit on. The concert will begin at 6:30 p.m. in the Heritage Hill parking lot located at 806th Street in Weatherly. For a chance to win a door prize, participants can RSVP at 570-427-4500. If inclement weather occurs, the concert will move indoors. Coming up on Freeland's News Choice, Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Drums Part 3. Plus, we learn about nutrition on Wellness Wednesday. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
Grimm's Orchard and Family Farms located at 9875 Shantz Road in Brannigsville, Pennsylvania, about a 40-minute drive south of Hazleton. Now picking a large variety of apples from the trees in Grimm's Orchard. You can also pick vegetables, fresh flowers from the fields, potatoes, tomatoes, peppers, onions, green beans, zucchini, eggplants, sunflowers, and more. You can even have those freshly picked potatoes fried into French fries. They're open every day, weather permitting, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., the last picking bag sold at 5. Find Grimm's Orchard online or on Facebook for a complete list of this year's activities. Fresh from the Farm is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
Benton Rodeo presents the 39th Frontier Days Championship Rodeo and Bolorama in Benton. Cowboys and cowgirls from all over the East will compete. The excitement builds beginning July 16th and 17th with the horse show and barrel race, with the main event starting Thursday, July 18th, running every day through the weekend, and the grand finale, Bolorama, Sunday, July 21st. All shows begin at 7:30. Vendors, crafts, and food begin at 5. More details at bentonrodeo.com.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook. for the Wyln News Midday Update, posted daily between noon and 2 p.m., powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Hi everybody. This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, I'm going to talk all about car accidents and car insurance. How car insurance covers chiropractic care, so stay tuned. This time of year with the holidays, everybody's traveling. Tune into the show.
As the 1920s dawned, the decade would see the establishment of the Luzerne County Fresh Air Camp in Drums. It was originally intended for children who were undernourished and at risk of tuberculosis. In 1969, it was purchased by local priest Father Joseph Ferreira and renamed the Firwood Music Camp. Since then, the facility has been dedicated to giving young aspiring musicians a thorough musical training. The camp was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 2004, the same year of Father Ferreira's passing. Also opened in the 1920s was Drum's first amusement area, Rumble's Grove. Located at the intersection of St. John's Road and Old Turnpike Road, it had no amusement rides, but did have playground rides, as well as picnic facilities and a penny arcade. Rumble's Grove was also the site of a swimming pool, fed by water from nearby Nescapec Creek. Across the road from the site was a stable that gave guests horseback rides, and cabins were also available for anyone wishing to stay overnight. As with many similar parks, it was a popular place in its prime for group outings, with Wilkes College's alumni being frequent attendees. Rumble's Grove closed in the 1960s. A few traces of the park can still be glimpsed on the site. For movie lovers, Drums also became the place to be in 1948, when the Hazleton Drive-In opened in the borough with the film Barbary Coast, starring Brian Donlevy. It had space for 400 cars and one of the largest screens in the area. The drive-in operated through 1980 and remained standing for some time after it had closed. Today, a shopping center stands on its former location.
WYLN News is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner. SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Today I am here with Allison Cara, who is a dietitian with Sodexo Lehigh Valley. Welcome, Allison.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So we thought in this extreme heat, we tend to do a little more of picky eating here and there and just, you know, kind of hot dogs and hamburgers. But we're here to guide you on the best way to really fulfill your body's needs and how to eat right. So Allison, take it away and tell us a little bit about eating properly.
Perfect. I love that question. So that's a great way to kind of start your day, is to make sure you have sort of a balanced plate. And we hear that word often, balance, but we don't always necessarily know what that means. Mm-hmm. And so a great guide that you can follow is something called My Plate. And My Plate is a really great guide to not only show you what the food groups are, but how we can have them balanced on our plate in appropriate amounts. So we start with half the plate with fruits and vegetables. You could do either fruit or vegetables or a mixture of both. Fresh is great. Frozen is a great alternative, especially if you tend to have fresh fruit and vegetables around. They might go bad very quickly. Then frozen fruit is actually, and frozen vegetables, actually packed at their peak nutrition point. So they're very beneficial, and then you can kind of store them in your freezer, use them as you need them, and they last a little bit longer.
So what about canned vegetables, canned fruit? How should we approach them? Because they're out there, right?
Absolutely, and that's a great question. And they are an option as well. If you can't really attain the fresh vegetables or fruit or the frozen, you can always choose the canned. We recommend when you get canned fruit to choose it in its natural juices instead of the high sugary juices. And then for the vegetables that are canned, we recommend to choose the lower sodium.
So what vegetables would you say are the highest value for us nutrition-wise, or is there?
Really any vegetables. They're usually broken down into starchy and non-starchy vegetables. Starchy vegetables would be things like your potatoes, corn, peas. They are beneficial in their own right. They don't really have a ton of fiber in them, so we want to also focus on all the other vegetables as well, like your broccoli, carrots. But I usually tell people, if you like a handful of vegetables, that's great, and then you eat them. I mean, ideally it would be wonderful if you could eat the rainbow of all the fruits and vegetables, but I'm just happy if you eat some vegetables.
Absolutely.
And start there. And you know, the more you branch out a little bit and trying a new vegetable here or there, not to make it too inundating or daunting, just pick what you like and just make sure you're eating them appropriately and kind of putting them on your plate as such.
So I'm going to throw you maybe a curveball here, but I'm sure you might know the answer. You know, a lot of people think, well, I take vitamins in the morning and it gives me all of these things, but does it really? Do you know? Is that something you could explain how much?
Sure. So usually with vitamins, I always recommend people to really talk to their doctor and see if they're deficient in anything. But overall, it's really great to have it come from the foods because...
A natural source, of course.
Right, yeah, because there are other things in those foods that are helping those vitamins and minerals react in our bodies.
Right.
So there is a place for supplements when needed, but it's always great to make sure you have that foundation of healthy foods as well.
Awesome.
And then moving on, we have 1/4 of the plate would be grains, and that would be things like your breads, pastas, rice, things like that. We recommend to make at least half of your grains whole grains. And a way that you'd know to do that would be when you're shopping, just flip over your item, and then in the ingredient list, you're going to look for that magic word whole. Okay? Honey wheat, 7-grain, enriched. They don't necessarily mean whole grains, so that magic word is whole. So that's what you're going to look for. Absolutely. And then you have 1/4 of your plate would be your protein, and that would be things like your meats or your fish or even nuts, seeds, things like that.
Okay, because I was going to say some people are vegetarian, vegan, so of course their protein sources would be just a little bit different.
They would be, and they would still count as like the nuts, seeds, tofu, soy. Those would be your protein options as well. And of course, we would always choose the leaner cuts of meat as well.
Which is like the turkeys?
You can do chicken, turkey, and then even if you are shopping for the other types of meat, you know, you want to watch your red meats be heart healthy. You always want to choose the leaner cuts as well, lower in saturated fat. And then for your dairy, you do want to also choose like a lower fat option as well for the dairy. And then this in and of itself is kind of how you make a balanced meal. And it's easy to remember, even if you're going to cookouts or if you're going out to eat, it's a really great way to just keep looking back and picturing this image and say, oh, this is how we kind of plate our meals up.
And I also see you have myplate.gov, which is a great resource for people to go and learn a little bit more. And I'm sure, like, if you're lactose intolerant, you have to, you know, watch different things, the different options you have.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
I want to thank you so much for really breaking this down, explaining it a little bit better and everything. And I do want to do a little quick shout out because today I was up at City View Park with your colleagues, Molly and Cassandra, who are also from Sodexo. And I want to shout out to the Hazleton Area Police Department because they put together a great program called Camp Aspire up there. And we were just happy to partner with them, but I just want to shout out to them and thank them so much for everything they do in our community as well. And thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And thanks for watching Wellness Wednesday.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.